Hello everyone, my name is Pam Nacpil and this is The Moving Truth with Pam. So for today, I actually harassed our personal banker to join me here for the show. So I will have him introduce himself. Please, Prakash.
Hi, my name is Prakash and I have been in New Brunswick for about 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
and you're married, Prakash?
Yes, I am married. I have two very beautiful daughters.
I'm sure.
One is 6 years old and another one is just 2 months old.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Daughters, someday a son?
No, I think I'm good here with
You're
two.
done with it too? Okay, so let's go backtrack before the 6 years happened. Like, you're from India, you're
Yes.
from Mumbai. Okay. What happened when you suddenly decided, hey, I'm leaving India and I'm going to Canada? Can you explain the thought process about that?
I would say there was no thought process behind
Really?
it. It just happened. Yeah, it just happened. I wanted to move abroad.
Okay.
So prior to coming to Canada, I did my master's in UK.
Okay.
And then I went back home to Mumbai.
Why didn't you stay in the UK? A lot
Because
of
my
Indian
visa
nationals,
expired. Yeah.
But a lot of Indian nationals eventually stay after their masters in the UK, right?
Yeah. So they did had a process wherein you can go as a student, and then you get a work permit, and then you move on to like a permanent resident.
Yes.
But when I went there, they stopped that for 2 years, so I had no other option but to go back home.
Okay.
Yeah. Which worked out really well. I went back home. I started working for a financial institution
Okay.
there. I did work for like 4 years. Got married. I had a daughter as well, and and then
We're moving fast here. So, okay, not staying in the UK, masters there. When did Canada suddenly emerge? Or was Canada the only option, or were other countries as an option for you?
So I knew that I had to go somewhere out.
Okay.
Right.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
just you.
It was just me.
But you're married.
No,
Does
yes.
your wife want to go as well?
Not so much as I wanted.
Okay,
Yeah.
drag you along here. Come on. So, what happened? You said it was like I wanted to. What were the events that transpired to lead you to Canada?
So I was working and I was looking for growth, and I thought maybe let me have one option open, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna look for options in India, but let me also open up my horizon. So I started applying for other countries as well. So I applied for a couple of other countries. I tried for Australia, New Zealand, Dubai, and
You're us. But Dubai, you can never be a citizen, right?
Yes, you cannot be a citizen.
Okay.
I mean, I just applied. I started doing my research.
Wow.
I started gaining more information about what are the options, what are the avenues. But my stay in UK helped me because I already knew the process of how things work.
Exactly,
Right, the type of visas, how you can go, and all those things. I already have like 50% of the knowledge.
Idea.
And then I started applying, and I don't know, it was just luck that everything fell in place when I applied for Canada.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And what was your application pathway? Because there's so many.
Yeah.
What was yours?
So mine was a federal PR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could basically stay anywhere in
Yes.
Canada, even Nunavut.
Yes.
So why New Brunswick?
So again, New Brunswick happened just on its own. I didn't plan the way I didn't plan to go to Canada. In fact, even after I got the visa to come to Canada, me and my wife, we decided to stay there for another 10 months.
Okay.
So we only moved here like the last 2 months was left on the visa.
You are cutting it close here. Why did you have to?
I don't know. It was just I thought maybe. Like when I went to UK, everything was planned, and no matter how hard I tried to plan everything, things never fell in place.
But this time it did.
This time it did on its own. I did not have to
wow.
do
So you
anything.
didn't have a hard time applying?
No, I didn't. I didn't had a hard time applying. My first application, I applied, and within 3 months or maybe 3 to 6 months,
They liked you.
But maybe also because both me and my wife, we both had master's degree, right? And
Adds to the point. This was an express entry,
That
I
is
guess.
correct, express entry, and-
Okay, so Canada, but there's so many provinces. I mean, I didn't even know that a Moncton or a New Brunswick existed. I honestly thought New Brunswick was like in New Jersey and New York.
correct,
right?
correct.
So,
I was the same.
so why, of all the, how many provinces? 13? Why New Brunswick?
So one of my friend, he stays in St. John.
Okay.
Right. So when I came, when I got my visa approved, I started reaching out to my friends, knowing if somebody is there, and it just happened to happen that one of my close friend, he stays in St. John. So when I was moving here, he said, "Why don't you come and stay with me for some time?"
Okay.
So-
How important was it to have a friend?
It was very important.
How did it help you?
So when you go to a new country, you don't know anything. You start from like zero.
Negative.
Yeah, negative. Yeah, negative 10, right?
Yes.
Because, like I said, I didn't knew there was a place called Moncton. I didn't knew there was a place called St. John. I knew there was New Brunswick and there is a province,
Yeah.
right? But like majority of the people know Toronto and Ontario, right?
Montreal,
Vancouver, right? Calgary, but I
you're right.
had no clue about the other places. Neither I knew like how things work, right? When
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
apply for an apartment, where are you gonna stay? Where are you
Exactly.
gonna eat? What are the job market? What are the
Yeah.
companies that is there?
So it's all really like you're jumping into unknown waters,
That is-
really.
that is-
So having a friend in St. John made it easier.
That is correct. Like, I don't think I would have reached this far without his help.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's really important sometimes that you research who
Yes.
you know are here.
Yeah.
So what happened? You came to New Brunswick. When is this?
So this was 2019 January
Wow,
15th.
perfect. You went during winter.
Yes, and there was a storm when I landed.
Okay.
Yeah, on-
Perfect timing,
Perfect.
Prakash. Okay. Then what happened when you got in? You lived with your friend for a while?
Yes, I lived with my friend for a month and a half, and
Okay.
I started looking for jobs.
Was it easy?
It was easy to get a job. It was harder to get the job that you wanted to work.
Okay. So what kind of job did you first?
So I
Get
was
into?
working in a financial institution back home, but into corporate banking.
Okay.
So it was more into business to business.
Yeah.
And I wanted to work in that same industry and the same job that I was doing back home.
Okay.
I wanted, my interest lied there. So I was like,
In
if I
corporate
could
banking.
get something in the same field.
Yeah.
But I had no clue how things work in Canada or how things work in New
So
Brunswick.
what job did you first get?
So I was working for a BPO
Okay.
in St.
It's
John.
very Filipino and Indian, I think.
If you don't get any
BPO.
job, I know you will always work in a BPO.
Okay.
Right.
How did you find it? I mean, you were probably very established in Mumbai.
Yes.
And then now it's like starting over again.
Yeah,
How
was
did
hard.
it feel?
It was hard. It was hard, but the motivation was there.
Okay.
Right. When I knew that I'm coming here, I knew it's a challenge. Right. I knew it wouldn't be easy. I knew it wouldn't be a cakewalk. I knew that I will have to maybe restart again or try.
Adjust.
Yeah. But I was open to it. I was motivated. I
Which
was
is
open.
good.
Right.
I think most of the immigrants who really come, settle in a new country, your mindset is, I am going to do anything, whatever it takes,
Yeah.
to get to where I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you went to a BPO. How long did you stay there?
A month and a half.
Not very long.
Not very long.
So what happened? What, did you find another job that you liked?
Yes. So, and again, that I landed in St. John, and there was a job fair.
Oh,
It was a
okay.
very big thing back 6 years ago. It's still a big thing, but not a lot of. I don't see a lot of companies now, but back then there was a lot of companies,
Oh
right?
my gosh, I know about these
Yeah.
things.
And I went to a job fair, and they took my interview there, and when I went home in a day, I had a job offer.
And this was with the bank as well.
No, this was not with a bank. This was with another BPO.
Okay,
But
so
nothing to do with
BPO and then another BPO.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
how long did you stay there?
But 1.5 months.
This is becoming to be a habit.
Yes,
Prakash.
yes.
Then what happened? Is your wife
So
in
she-
St. John by then?
No, it was just
Okay.
me then.
So how long before they
So
arrived?
they actually arrived after COVID,
So that made you stay here alone for how long?
maybe 2 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How did that feel? Kids, young kids, a wife.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, especially my eldest daughter. She was just born in February. They were supposed to join me, but it's just because of COVID. It took us some time.
Complicated things.
Yeah. Because she had a visa, and that visa got expired, and then I had to reapply for the visa. And because of COVID, there was restriction on traveling. That's-
Exciting times.
Yeah, exciting times.
So you were alone. How was settling down? Did you have to live with your friend longer than you intended?
No.
So you got yourself
Yes.
a place.
Yes.
So at BPO, you're alone. Did you find a new job?
I did find a new job.
Where?
In the bank.
Okay. I was afraid you were going to say BPO and then 1.5 months. So you finally landed a job in a bank,
Yeah,
in a financial
in a-
institution. Was it in corporate banking as you wanted?
No, not corporate banking, but very close retail banking, right?
So how did it feel to be finally in a place that was more comfortable?
It was a good feeling because I worked really hard, right? When I came, I was doing some certification
wow.
to get an entry point into the
So you
banking.
didn't stop.
I didn't stop.
Having a master's degree,
Yep.
having an undergrad degree, a master's degree, you didn't stop.
No,
You
I didn't
kept
stop.
on learning, you
Yep.
kept on improving yourself. I
Yep.
guess that's a good advice, I think, to people that you shouldn't stop.
That
right?
is correct. Like I think the learning never stops, whether it's bank or whether it's anything that you do in your life. You always keep learning, right? But yes, when you go to a new country, you should be open to everything, right? If there is a skill set that you think that can help you to get the job that you want to do, I think you should be open to that.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
So you were in St. John for how long?
Just for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so the new job that you got was in?
The new job, so I only worked in St. John for one BPO, and that was
Okay.
only for a month and a half.
Okay.
And then I moved here.
So the second BPO was in Moncton.
But it's a bank.
Oh, it's a BPO of a bank. Okay. Getting there,
Yeah.
and then you eventually got a retail banking
That is
position
correct.
with
That
a
is-
bank.
That
Okay.
is correct. Yeah.
So how was it to move from St. John to Moncton? Your friend was in St. John. How was the move in how did you go about maneuvering yourself within a new city?
I think because of my friend, it was easier,
Okay.
right? Because he was there to guide me.
Okay,
right?
so he found a place.
Yes. He said that you can look online, and we looked for a place in Airbnb, and then we moved here to Moncton, stayed there for like 20 days, and then found other avenues to
Yes.
stay. But I would say that because I already had a friend who has done all these things, it was easier for me.
Imagine that.
Right.
Somebody
Yeah.
did the work,
Yeah.
paved the way for you.
Yes.
Okay, so working in the bank, still alone, the wife and child's coming in only a few more years. How was it to be alone in Moncton?
So it was fun.
Do we
Except
need
the
to tell
COVID
this
part.
thing? Let's
Yeah.
define fun.
Yeah. So it was nice because you go to a new country, you make new friends, right? In new families, new people you
Did
meet.
you find your community here?
Yes, but very small when I moved here.
Which is good.
Which
I
is
mean, we
good.
don't really need
Yeah.
the whole
Whole
Indian
India.
community, and that's a lot. That's a lot. But it's a good
Yeah,
community.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
people really. I see you guys having a lot of fun because
Yeah.
I see like some friends who are Indians as
Yeah,
well, and
yeah.
they really have a lot of fun. So settling down. Are you still with the same bank that
Yes,
you?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Finally, 1.5. 5 years.
Yeah,
Over
yeah,
5
over
years.
5 years
almost
now,
6
yeah,
years. Okay. When your wife came, were you settled in?
Yes,
So it was easier for them.
it was easy for her.
How was it for her to find a job?
It took her some time. Right?
Why? Why
Yeah.
do you think?
I think when I came, there was less competition. Finding a job was
Oh.
easy. Finding the job that you want to do was maybe a little harder, but you would find something to
Eventually.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
But
And she came in 2020.
2020, 2022.
and things were slowing down
Yeah.
for immigration, I
That is-
think, as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
So she didn't easily get.
Yeah.
What was she a graduate of? Oh, you both had masters in
We
business,
both
right?
were masters in finance.
Okay.
Back home, she was also working for a financial institution, but she was more into credit
Okay.
analysis. So when she came here, there are very limited jobs in Moncton.
Yeah, for credit analysis.
For credit analysis.
Because not the head offices are not here.
Yeah,
They're
true.
in Toronto.
They are in the head office.
But she found something.
Yes, she found something. It took her some time. It wasn't like me because I got a job in about a week,
Okay.
but it took her
Oh.
almost 6 months to find something.
Wow. So
Yeah.
a lot of adjustments still.
Yes.
Does she like it here?
She liked it. She liked
likes
it.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because the place that we come from, there is so much traffic. You have to go from one place to another. It takes time.
I'm having PTSD. I remember this. Okay, I know all
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. So now that you've settled in, you mentioned to me some new developments in your life. So apparently you're leaving Moncton?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I mean, I'm sad to say it's not. I mean, it's confirmed that I'm moving, but it's not confirmed whether it's a temporary move or a permanent move. Yeah, again, like all the things that happened, this was not planned. This something.
just happened.
It just happened. There was
And-
something that came up. It was exciting. It was new, and I decided that I've been doing something for a long time now. Is for a little
Right,
change,
almost, yeah.
right? And
How do you feel about
I
moving?
feel nervous. I feel the same feeling that I had 6 years ago when I moved to Moncton. So I still have that feeling again.
Butterflies
again because I'm going to an uncharted territory I'm not aware of, right? I think Moncton was easy because traveling was easy when I moved. Renting was not an issue then, right? You could find a place, affordable place.
Yes.
Driving around was not that hard. It's not so much.
And where are you going?
Toronto.
Okay. Let's see him drive in Toronto. But do you feel like a little bit of like sadness leaving?
I do feel a lot of sadness. I think Moncton gave me a lot, right? I should be thankful to Moncton. It gave me a lot. A lot of learning, right? And when I leave the place, a lot of friends and family that I met in the last 6 years. But I think at the moment I'm still trying to take that information in
Yes,
because
yes.
there could be a possibility that I might come back.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you get to like buy a house, everything?
Yes, in Moncton.
So all of that's
Yeah.
gonna be. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's some part of you that's scared, right?
Yes.
And apprehensive. But
Yeah.
you know, if you did well transferring from one country to another, I don't think you'll have much of a problem moving.
Yes.
How about your wife?
She's excited.
She's excited.
Yeah.
New thing.
She's very excited. But one thing that we always have an advantage is the community, right? Wherever I'm going, we have a strong community, very close knit, right? You can always find some kind of support wherever you go, right? They're
that's
always there.
important.
Yeah, that is very, very important. It helped me when I moved to St. John. It helped me when I moved to Moncton. It helped me, and I know that if I move to Toronto, there will be somebody who is there to help me. So
I know. I can't, as you have said, overstress the importance of having community
Yes.
and support. It's really like it's so unimaginable.
Correct.
To move. Like I just realized how undecided I was. I was decided to move, but
Yeah.
when I was at the airport with 2 luggages to my name, I was like, am I really doing this? Right?
Yes, yes.
It's like, what am I doing? I'm okay. Why am I moving?
Correct.
Right?
No,
It's-
I know. I get that feeling when you go to a new place, when you already have a very good career, and then you move. There's a lot of questions that always goes on to your mind for the first couple of months,
Yeah.
but things get easy.
Yeah, and you eventually
Yes.
find your
Yeah.
niche, right?
Yeah.
Any advice to people who are interested to move right now with all the immigration changes that are happening and are going to happen? Like for New Brunswick, from 5,500 new permanent residents, they've lowered it down to around, I think, 2,700. And we haven't even started
Yeah.
opening up programs. What advice would you give to people?
I would say just be confident, right? When you have taken such a big decision to move, you know your journey wouldn't be that easy. I would say just believe in yourself, be confident, try to learn new things. Don't stop yourself from not doing something or taking a new task. You have to keep learning, keep improving. Things fall in place if you have the skill set.
But
Right.
what do they have to prepare for? Because it's a different.
I think the preparation is more
now.
mentally.
Oh, okay.
It's a more mental because you have to learn new things. You should be open to learn those things, right? So you mentally have to prepare yourself. When you said when you landed with a 2-bag, you knew this is going to happen, right? There is a possibility that you would
But
be
you
at the
still
airport with
shocked
2
me,
bags, right?
right?
So you should just be mentally ready, knowing that things will be harder, but things get easier for everybody,
But
right?
there's also a financial aspect to it, Prakash. I mean, moving is never cheap.
Cheap, true.
How do
Start
you
saving.
think people start saving?
Start
That's very
saving,
key
yeah.
because it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Just the tickets alone to get you here
Yeah.
cost money.
Yeah, I remember when we decided, me and my wife, when we decided to move here for 1 year before, and that is why we took some time to move
Yeah.
because we were saving, right? We knew when we go there, there could be, I could not.
Have a job
have a job
immediately.
immediately, so we saved up, we planned, and that helped me.
That's good. You know, you time everything. You want to be with your family, like drag everyone
Yes,
around.
yeah.
But it's not easy to do that.
Correct.
Like ourselves, just my husband and myself started, then we got our kids.
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from. So what do you miss most about India?
I miss India. As a whole.
What is it that you miss most?
I miss my family. My family is there. I miss the food, right?
But there's a lot of good Indian restaurants here.
Yes, but still there are so many other foods you won't find it
I
here.
know,
You
I
get
know.
it. So there is food. There are many friends and family that I grew up with, right? And when I went to school with, those
Yeah.
were my friends. I went to college, university with. So my friends,
Your
family,
whole life,
whole
right?
life. Yeah,
Whole
yeah,
life.
yeah. That's why I said that I miss India because it's India is something inside me,
Yes.
right? And friends, family, everybody is there.
It's a nice, comfortable place that you
Nice,
can go
comfortable
back to.
place, and that feeling always helped me to do better in life, right?
That's good.
That's because I know that wherever
Inspiration.
I go, I have some people who's gonna help me out.
Wow. Would you do it over again? Last question. Would you do this over again? Going through BPO banking,
I would do
COVID
it, yeah.
without the family?
Yeah. Not without the family. That may be something I would not do it again. But if I have to do that again, I'll probably do it again, right?
Why?
I don't know. You just enjoy the process, right? You enjoy the journey. The results, it's not in your hand, but you just enjoy the journey. The journey can be hard, but if you have proper planning, maybe you can make journey a little easier. But I don't want to do that again. But if I reach a place where I have to do it again, I'm fine with it.
And I think eventually things work out.
Eventually
Right?
things work out.
Things work
Actually,
out.
Canada is a very nice place and people are very nice here,
know.
right? You get the support, the kind of support that you get here. I remember when I was, when I moved here, when I started working for a BPO, there was a lot of people who helped me, guided me to take the bus, right? Where do you take the bus?
I
Where
know.
is Service New Brunswick? Where is Service Canada? Where is Costco? What are the buses that you can take to reach there? What is the cheapest way to do that? Those are the information you don't get it from somebody.
From somebody else. And I guess that's really the importance of finding people, the good people around you.
Correct.
I wish you all the best, Prakash.
Thank you,
and
Pam.
I hope this is not the last time we will see you.
No, definitely.
Moncton's always here. We
Yeah.
don't know what's going to happen. We might see you around again soon, right?
Thank you, Pam. Thank you for calling me.
very
Thank
much for
you.
being
Take
here.
care.
With that, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you at the next The Moving Truth with Pam. Bye for now.